Good morning, all. I hope you slept well. I slept well. I did. I had quite a few things come to me last night. It's so funny. My last video has one view. One. The algorithm and the patterns, they literally just don't align. They don't make sense, guys. Clean up your act. Do a better job. Don't be so freaking Captain Obvious. It's that deep. It's that deep. Little old me. I got a lot of people working overtime. Hopefully you're not furloughed. Hopefully you're getting paid, since the government looks like they might still be shut down. So I hope y'all are still getting paid. Straight up. That's how ignorant it is. I just went to the gas station, had a conversation with my girl there because I love her, and we were talking about it. And she's like, I just don't like, the public. I said, it's hard working out in the public these days. I'm not a big fan of it myself, to be honest with you. I said, my stupid meter has gone down and down when it comes to patience and dealing with stupid people, ignorant people. I don't have a lot of it, and it's just the truth. That's why I keep to myself. I stay in my lane. I go, I do my job. I come home, I do me. I just do. The less out in public, the better. At this point in the venture, since everybody wants to keep playing these games, I'm gonna play my games in my little four walls that they so graciously give me. Thank you. I'm so blessed for my family that's planned my demise and tried to kill me. That said, it really came to me, like, I have literally been straight raised by the wolves, and now they're upset that I became a wolf. That's stupid. Stupid is as stupid does. At that point, you raised me, but nothing but deception by the most religious people. I've been raised by God-fearing people. That's the clincher too. These people consider themselves God-fearing. That's how corrupt the mind is. That's how so many religious people, their mind is warped to attack people. Literally attack people and then consider themselves religious people. Last I checked, Christian religious people don't attack one another unless you're Pharisees. Unless you're one of those. This is what came to me. This is how the whole thing with Charlie and Poppy T really frustrate me, okay? Because this is the sickness of this.
You had talked a couple of weeks ago, you were doing an interview, and you talked about how you hope to end the war in Ukraine because it might help you get into heaven. How does this help? Does this help?
I mean, I'm being a little cute. I don't think there's anything going to get me in heaven, okay? I think I'm not maybe heaven bound. I may be in heaven right now as we fly an Air Force, but I'm not sure I'm going to be able to make heaven. But
I'm not sure how old that is. Hold on.
You had talked a couple of weeks ago, you were doing an interview, and you talked about how you hope to end the war in Ukraine.
Okay, so this is on in the war in Ukraine. So that's old. That's old. That's interesting. I didn't realize that was old. That sets the tone. Interesting. Okay, so that said though, if that's old, because Charlie Kirk was very much a spiritual, devout Christian. And he pumped up Trump, man. He was like the biggest MAGA supporter. You know what I mean? And so it's really quite interesting to see the unfolding of events of how people operate when it's like they almost laugh in your face. They get to a place where they get so cocky, they get so entitled, they get so ego-driven, and they get so untouchable in their whatever facet that they're in, whatever position in your life that they carry, that they think nothing's going to stop them, nothing's going to beat them, nothing's going to overcome them. Particularly if they say they're God-fearing people like the chosen ones, but yet they say they're not heaven-bound. And so this is old, but at that point, I believe that was most likely after he was almost assassinated. And after he was almost assassinated, by the grace of God, he wasn't, And he said he was chosen. He was chosen to make America great. Chosen by God. And then after to say, you're not heaven bound, you're most likely not going there based off the seeds you've sowed, because that's exactly what he's saying. And you're going to classify as Air Force One as heaven. You guys see how you have to see the validity in the actions and the words. And that's what I'm trying to help people see. You have to align people's words and their actions. You have to broaden your horizon in your mind. You can't just take everything they're spoon feeding you, everything you hear, everything they say. All right. You have to take their actions and align it with their words. And that's on the screens. That's in your work atmospheres. That's in your friendships. That's in your love life. That's with your children. That's with you. And you have to do the same. You have to do the same. Your words have to meet your actions. I hold myself accountable to that. That's why I speak on it. You know, I'm not going to consider myself a God-fearing person and sit here and go and do the most when it comes to bullying other people, planning other people's demise, blackmailing, deceit, lies, gossiping, jealousy, envy, just being mean. I'm not going to do that because I know within my heart that is not a God-fearing person. God-fearing people don't act like that. They just don't. They just don't. No matter what church you go to, if you go to church, you classify yourself as a Christian, you classify yourself as a spiritualist, you just don't. You don't attack your own. You definitely don't attack your own. You know, and that's what's so crazy in reference. That's what's so hard for me when it comes to my family and how deep rooted that is. But you got to think my family has gotten rich on people's passings. You know, and that's how that cookie crumbles. I wasn't supposed to be here. There's a lot of people that pockets were going to get really big if I took myself out. I know that without a doubt. That goes without saying. That's why I be sending my little life insurance plans to people now. Little videos, my little proof, my receipts. I've been sending to people, you know, because if something does happen to me, I want them to know. Put it out there. Let them know. Really. I feel Candace on that, straight up. Straight up, that's how deep it goes, you know? But yeah, I was raised by the wolves, no doubt. And then all of a sudden I became one, and they're like, oh, no. We don't like this. We don't like this at all. Let's see what today's reading is. I have my presentation today. I'm kind of excited for it. I'm just ready to get it done. So much hoopla behind it. You know, I wasn't supposed to be here. I don't think I was supposed to make it through this career field neither. I think I was already supposed to choke. I think that wasn't what they had planned for. That's what's crazy. Go time. That was yesterday. Go. Go. Everything about your life must flow from intimacy with the Lord. The things you say, how you say them, the way you forgive, and your willingness to serve others are all signs that you have been with Jesus. Exactly. You can't just be in the Word. You can't just say the Word. You have to embody the Word. You be with Jesus, hand in hand, and you embody it by your actions. And it's very easy to pick up on people who truly walk spiritually, who truly walk connected to God, who truly walk with Jesus, who truly have repented, who truly have taken accountability. It's very easy to pick up on those things. Very. In this day and age. Let's see, what's today's? Hold on, I'm running. I got 10 seconds left. Ushering in. The way you move upon the earth is justice, love, and mercy are true demonstrations of the reality of God. When you handle yourself wisely with royal character, you honor the Lord. That doesn't mean that you're boring one at every gathering. It simply means that your attitude reflects the one who abides within you. My attitude, my perspective on things reflects God who resides inside of me. Because why? We are one of two. The Christian faith community, a lot of religious groups don't want you to know that. They don't want you to know the power that you carry within yourself. I'm telling you, they don't. I love you guys. Have a great day. I'll make a video later.